What's up, girl? Welcome to the Thick Fit Nurse Life podcast. Today, I am talking about having energy or getting rid of fatigue actually takes work. I think that this is like a completely new concept to most people that having energy takes work. I don't think that most people, when they think about energy, I don't think that they think about that it's going to take work and effort to put in order to have energy. So that's what I'm talking about today. If you don't know me, my name is Coach Indy, and I am a health and fitness coach. I am a travel nurse. And I help other nurses be able to lose 30 to 100 pounds without having to cut calories or count calories. So, welcome to the Thick Fit Nurse Life podcast. And again, today we're talking about having energy takes work. What inspired this is because I hear a lot of my medical field moms talk about that they don't have energy, that they're like super fatigued and whatnot. And it's kind of like when people might complain that, like, I really wish I had this 30 pounds off, or I really wish that, I could get rid of my love handles or my midsection or this and this and that. And so, in a way, it's like complaining about results that you didn't put the work into. And so it's the same thing, like when you're tired, when you don't have energy, then it's like complaining that about something that you didn't put the work into having, because honestly, energy takes work to have. Like you just don't wake up and no longer have fatigue. You just don't wake up and you're no longer tired. Like you have to do certain things in order to make sure that you have to give your body what it needs in order for it to be able to like run like the engine, like the machine, like it should, like run smoothly. It's kind of like, drive a car. You can't expect your car to like run off of zero fuel. And so a lot of you are fueling your body wrong, but like expecting your body to perform at like high energy levels. And that's very backwards. I want to talk about like some of the things that you can do in order to increase your energy. Like, well, what work is involved in making sure that you have more energy? I'm going to start off with nutrition. Like, that's like number one is nutrition, because food, like if you're eating like crap, then you got to expect to feel like crap. So like what you put in is what you're going to get out of it. So I think a lot of people have like a lack of accountability and are in denial about what they're eating. Like, and I even have to like have these like tough conversations with my clients of like, um your food journal, your food diary, or the pictures of the food that you're sending me, like, you can't be putting this into your body and expecting to get results. Same concept here, like don't expect to eat like crap and not feel like crap. Like if you're putting like processed foods into your body, these foods that are engineered, they're not even like real foods. Your body doesn't even see them as real foods. Your body actually sees it as like foreign. And so it can't even digest the food, which is why a lot of you guys have gut health issues, and it stores it as fat. Whenever your body sees something as a foreign substance and it doesn't know what to do with it and it can't digest it, it just is going to store it as fat. One of the things that you can do and implement is more whole foods. And a way that you can get more whole foods in is you can take a foods list that I have that you can get copied to. If you want to drop the hashtag foods list down below, I'll send it to you. But a list of fruits and a list of veggies, and just pick two fruits, two veggies off of there. And what you want to do is go to the store, pick up at least two fruits, two veggies, and for every single meal, try to get in a whole foods. Try to prioritize at least one whole food. And some of you guys don't even know what whole foods are, because there's one time I had somebody, I said, so do you eat whole foods? And she says, no, I'm on a liquid diet. And I was like, oh no, she just didn't. And And so like when I say whole foods, I'm not talking about solid foods. Um, and I do not like promote having like liquid diet only in order to lose weight, or juicing only and only having liquids to lose weight, just FYI. But like when I say whole foods, I'm talking about fruits and vegetables. Okay. So hopefully you got a good laugh out of that. But prioritize having whole foods. Like get out of denial when it comes to like the foods that you're eating. And one way to get out of denial with the foods that you're eating is taking photos of the food that you're eating. Like take pictures, because like it really gives you like a good picture of what you are eating. Because there are times where like somebody can ask you what you're eating, like what you had for breakfast yesterday, and you're like, I have no idea what I ate for breakfast yesterday. Like, have you ever had that happen where you were asked by someone like, what did you eat? And you're like, I don't even know. So it's hard to get out of that denial. It's hard to have accountability around your food if you don't even know what you're putting into your body, because you may be practicing distracted eating, which means that like when you're eating, you're like into your phone, you're watching TV, you're doing something else. So you're not even like into your food. You're just like inhaling it. You're distracted. So take photos of your food, prioritize whole foods, and you know, try not to, if you are serious about losing weight, then just leave processed foods alone altogether. And then the next thing besides your food intake next is water. Because a lot of times I know that when I'm feeling fatigue, it's because I have not had enough water. But you really have to think about like water is directly um, correlated to your blood health. And blood health is like super important, because like if you think about when you're sick and you go to the hospital, what's one of the first things that they do is they check your blood. They check your blood for like, what are your levels like what is in your blood? Like, you know, even when we have to check your blood for like iron or B12 or vitamin D levels, what do? We check your blood. So water and blood health are directly correlated, and you're going to want to have really healthy blood if you want good energy levels. And so one way you can do this is by implementing 2 liters of water into your daily routine, at least 2 liters of water, which is 64 ounces. So again, like blood health is super important. Like blood is responsible for getting the oxygen that it needs to your brain. And like if you have brain fog, then you're going to want to increase your water, because you want to get healthy blood, healthy oxygen to your brain. And also like if you've ever just like not wanted to move your body or not want to get out of bed, and you've got all these aches and pains and things like that, then you're gonna want water to your muscle tissues. Because like think of it like this, like think of it like, remember off of the Wizard of Oz? See, I'm 29, so I don't know like how old you guys are that are hopping on here, but if you remember the Wizard of Oz, like there was the tin can man, and he would always say oil, oil, and like without the oil, like he couldn't move. So it's the exact same thing when it comes to water and your blood health, is that you want to make sure that you're getting water in order to get that healthy blood flow to your brain, to your muscles, to your body tissues. And it's really going to help with your energy levels. Because like I said, I know for me, when I'm feeling fatigue, it's usually because I'm dehydrated. Next, I want to talk about micronutrients. And I'm someone that probably promotes micronutrients more than the average personal trainer does, because I just have seen it time and time again with myself, time and time again with my clients, where their iron is low and they just treat it like it is like nothing. Like they're like, oh yeah, my blood levels of my iron were low, my hemoglobin was low, and they just like brush it off like it's like nothing. And I'm just like, what? Like, okay, we can't just have like a low-key anemic, be anemic or be low-key anemic, and like think that that's okay and that it's not going to impact your energy. Because what happens when you are anemic or borderline anemic is that your body tries to compensate in like other ways. Like your body will pump, like your heart will pump blood and your red blood cells will go up in order to compensate for the fact that you don't have enough hemoglobin, you don't have enough iron, you don't have enough oxygen getting to all the parts that it should. And so it's like, oh, we don't have enough iron, we don't have enough hemoglobin, there's not enough oxygen, so we're going to like overwork and overcompensate. And so the body like tries to work harder, which causes like it makes it feel like you've been on a treadmill all day and you haven't been on a treadmill all day. So like on the inside, internally, your body is like overworking because you have this macronutrient deficiency of your iron. And so another couple of like micronutrients that you want to like watch out for is B12 and vitamin D as well. So if those are low, those are highly going to impact your energy as well. So again, this all goes into the theme that like you cannot complain about not having energy, but then not put in the work. Like you have to be putting in the right foods in your body, just like, you know, you don't put like regular gas into a diesel engine. You know what I mean? Like you cannot be putting in crappy foods and expect to feel good. You have to be putting in water into your body, because water is literally like the oil to the Tin Can Man on The Wizard of Oz. For micronutrients, you can't be like having all these deficiencies and like your iron, your vitamin D, your B12, and expect to feel good, because you're not. And then mental health and hormones are another thing that you have to put in the work in. If you're somebody that has anxiety, high stress levels, you're constantly in fight or flight, your cortisol is high because you have like a super stressful job, then you need to work on your stress management. Because any time that your brain is like overworked and like, you know, constantly in fight or flight, constantly in stress mode, you are going to feel drained. So really working on stress management techniques is going to be super helpful. That's something, stress management is something that I work with my clients. And then also there's a mental health coach that is on, that works with Diamond Nation Fitness also, that helps do stress management workshops on my team. But mental health and the hormones in your body, like having too much cortisol, like your brain is not meant to function on high stress levels, fight or flight all the time. Like it's good to have fight or flight when we need to meet a deadline, or like, you know, there's something that really needs to get done. But to have your brain and your body constantly in stress mode is going to zap your energy and you're always going to feel drained. So finding a way to like have work and stress have its place is going to be super key. And then next up is gut health, and gut health, hunty, is everything. Gut health is everything. You have to think about like, if you're on a nutrition journey, then like nutrition journey is literally 80% of the work in your health and fitness, right? So if your gut health is off point, and you have an unhealthy GI tract, like how do you expect your body to be able to absorb and absorb the nutrients that you're putting into your body? Like if you have trash gut health, expect to have like a trash nutrition journey. And you don't want a trash nutrition journey if nutrition is 80% of the work of your fitness journey. So like I tell my clients, like what goes in must come out. Like you should be having a bowel movement every day, which all comes down to your water intake, your probiotics, your enzymes, and your fiber. Okay. And one really good way to get fiber and water is whole foods, because what are fruits and veggies made out of? fiber and water. But you can also do like over-the-counter probiotics and enzymes and fiber as well. And so like probiotics help balance out the gut, like bacteria and microbiome. Okay. And then enzymes are going to help you break down the food that you eat, like so that you're not storing it as like extra fat on your body. Because like for every type of macronutrient in our body, carbs, fat, and protein, there's an enzyme that's directly correlated to breaking down that macronutrient. So, like fat, for instance, lipase is the enzyme for that. And then, carbs has its own enzyme, and then protein has its own enzyme. And, a lot of people don't even realize that chewing is 20% of the breakdown when it comes to your carb intake. Because, like with protein and fats, your gut is actually doing the breakdown. But when it comes to carbs, the enzymes that break down carbs are actually 20% of it in your saliva. So that's why chewing slowly is going to be also like super important. But yeah, your gut health is how you absorb everything. Your gut health is how you absorb serotonin, your happy hormone, to not feel depressed. Like your gut health is how you absorb vitamins, it's how you absorb minerals, it's how you absorb, any medication that you're on. So like gut health is so important to have like a really good nutrition journey. And obviously, like how we fuel our body is directly correlated to our energy levels. So you want to have really, really good gut health. Okay. So lastly is caffeine. And so you want to have a balanced view of caffeine. I am pro caffeine all day, every day. I even have my energy drinks from time to time. And also like pre-workout. I have like a pre-workout that has like very little ingredients in it. And then I'll have like a pre-workout if I just need an extra boost of energy. So you want to have a balanced view of caffeine. And I say this because caffeine can be a very good mask for feeling like crap. Like some of you, like if your energy is low, you just think that caffeine is the answer without doing all these other steps that I talked about earlier of like making sure that your whole foods are on point, your water is on point, your micronutrients are on point, your mental health and hormones are on point, your gut health is on point. And so you'll skip right over all these 5 other things and go straight to caffeine when really caffeine is bomb and it has a place, but you have to do the other 5 things first so that you're not masking over another issue that needs to be resolved. So you want to keep your caffeine intake below 400 milligrams per day, which a cup of coffee is 90 milligrams of caffeine. So you could potentially have up to 4 cups of coffee a day, but you don't want to be doing that if your other stuff is not if you're not on top of your other stuff, because then you're just masking a much bigger problem. So I hope this helps you to kind of like put into perspective that like if you're feeling fatigue as a medical field mom, as a nurse, as a mom, as a woman, as a caregiver, then there is some work to be done in order to make sure that your energy is on point. And it all has to do with your whole foods, your water, your macronutrients, your hormones, your mental health, your gut health. And then lastly is caffeine. So as always, it is faith, consistency, and hard work. Again, my name is Coach Indy, and I help medical field moms be able to lose 30 to 100 pounds without having to cut calories or without having to count calories or cut carbs. So if you want to know more about how I do that, then give me a hashtag #ThickFitSecrets down in the comment section below, and I will get back to you. So I hope that you guys have a great day. Coach Indy signing out. Bye.